Tonight's homework is think before you add. And so if you can use any strategy you want. What I'm going to show is just our regular standard algorithm, a regular way, traditional way of adding, just so we can get more practice in that. So if you use a different strategy, that's okay. You'll just have to make sure your answer matches. So I'm going to start here. 9 plus 3 is 12. 4 is 14. My next one, 8 plus 1 is 9. 7 plus 2 is 9. 8 plus 1 is 9. The next one, 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus 6 is 7. 2 plus 7 is 9. And on my last one, 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Carry my 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay. At the bottom where it says standard algorithm, again, you can do whatever you want, but really in class we've just been practicing the standard algorithm, so I'm going to keep doing it that way. 9 plus 5 is 14. 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10. And then 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4. The next one, 7 plus 4 is 11. And then I'm going to do 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 5 is 14. Remember that order doesn't matter. 8 plus 7 is 15, carry my 1. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 7 is 17. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 4 is 8. And then the last one, 4 plus 5 is 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. 7 plus 1 is 8. Then it says, look at the problems in item 2. Find a problem that might have been solved faster with another strategy. You don't need to worry about this one. We're practicing our favorite strategy, which for most of us was that traditional way. So we're not going to worry about that one. On the back, it's a good mixed review of all of the things that we were talking about from our last unit. So for A, we're comparing these. 3/6 is equal to half. 2/3 is more than half, so 2/3 is bigger. Here I have 1/3 and 1/4. Since the numerators are the same, the smaller denominator is the bigger fraction. The next one I have 3/4 and 5/6. So this one I'm going to think 3/4 is 1/4 away from 1, and 5/6 is 1/6 away from 1. And so I can see that since 1/6 is smaller, it means more is shaded in with the 5/6. Over here I'm going to use that same strategy. This one's 1/3 away from 1. This one's 1/4 away from 1. And since that's 1/4 is smaller, that means 3/4 is bigger. 1/2 is a half. 2/4 is also a half, so these are equal. 1/3 is less than half. 2/4 is equal to half, so 2/4 is bigger. And 2/6 and 1/3, they're both less than a half. They're pretty close to compare, so I'm going to make this one an equivalent fraction. And I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by 2 and see that it's also 2/6, so it's equal. Then I'm writing the decimal name. So I have a whole number up front, so I have 5 and 9/10. I have 6 and 5/100, so I need a 0 in that 10th spot. 2 and 6/10. 8 and 1/10. 1 and 20/100. 3 and 4/10. And 9 and 50/100. Then our challenge. Last year, Monica's snake was 9 and 62/100 inches long. Now her snake is 12 and 37/100 inches long. Show your work. How much did Monica's snake grow? Well, that's a subtraction problem like we practiced today in class. Place values. 7 minus 2 is 5. I can't take 6 from 3 and borrow. 13 minus 6 is 7. From 1, so I need to borrow. Minus 9 is 2. And there's a 0, and that decimal point goes straight down. So she grew 2 and 75/100 inches. Then it says, how much more does her snake need to grow to be exactly 13 inches? So I have 13 minus 12 and 37 hundredths. So to make it easy for me to subtract, I'm going to put my decimal point, and I'm going to fill in zeros. Well, I can't take 7 from, so I'm going to borrow. And to borrow all the way across, I had to make the middle one a tenths place a 10. Then I could borrow 1/10 for my hundredths place. So 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 3 is 6, my decimal point, and then these are 0. So 63 hundredths of an inch. And that is tonight's homework.